teacher telling us your history, not our history. How many of you guys heard the Tulsa Massacre? Raise your hand if you heard about the Tulsa Massacre. How many of y'all just figured out what the fuck the Tulsa Massacre was? I just figured that shit out. The Tulsa Massacre, y'all, Tulsa was a goddamn neighborhood about black elites. People that built their own neighborhood with each other. It was a black Wall Street, y'all, and it was amazing. Yo, I'm telling you right now, it was beautiful. And if y'all wanted to, my allies, you were more than welcome to join. We love everybody when you're in our neighborhoods. I don't know if y'all ever been to a cookout. So you want to know what love feels like, you better go to a damn cookout. That's love right there. The Tulsa Massacre. They burnt down a whole fucking city and killed 300 and plus people. No, fuck that. 500 people in this city because they had money that they made themselves. Do your research, look it up. I'm telling you, it is fucked up. And that is not the only massacre that happened. They'll tell you about all the other massacres. All the other fucking massacres. How many, you only know about the Trail of Tears, don't you? That's the only goddamn thing have you ever heard of. Have you ever been to Winnemucca? You ever heard of what Winnemucca is? In the west side, y'all, how many Native Americans have you seen today? How many Native Americans have you seen? I'm being serious. How many, raise your hand if you have a Native American friend. That is not a lot. So it was their country before it was ours, yet not everyone's raising their hand saying they have a Native American friend. Oh shit, that should really put in perspective for you what America is built on. Killing people of color and brainwashing their people. My white folks have been brainwashed just like we've been brainwashed. They told you to hate us and they told us to hate you. Okay? We're not saying that you told yourself to hate us. The government told you to hate us through propaganda. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all something right now. I'm gonna give you a little homework. I know we don't like the word homework, but we're gonna have to do some homework because I had to do some homework. Y'all gonna fucking do it too. So please, when you get home, I'm gonna give you a nice little, I'm an actor, so, you know, I'm gonna give you a nice little thing to watch. When you get home, if you haven't heard her name, Ava DuVernay. We need you to watch the 13th, about the 13th Amendment. And it's gonna put you on game. You're gonna hear some shit that you never heard about. And you're gonna realize what this justice system is, especially the prison system, is built on. You're gonna find out some really hard shit, guys. I'm telling you, I was crying when I was watching that the other day, and I watched it again today. And I was crying again, because I didn't know half of this shit. I didn't know. This is our American history, and I didn't even fucking know. That hurt my heart. So hurt with us, march with us, stand for peace with us. And I want you to look around right now and see all the beautiful faces that are standing next to you, sitting next to you, that are hurting with you. And understand that your voices are being heard right now, but it ain't gonna be the last time they're gonna be heard. They're gonna be heard forever. My queens, we're gonna amplify your voices today because you hurt in silence for way too damn long. So my black brothers, if you have a queen at home, you better let them know that they are valued, because we wouldn't have the wisdom we have today if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't know about the 13th Amendment if it wasn't for a sister. I wouldn't know the fact that I am valued as a human being if it wasn't for a sister. So please, love each other and help each other and march with us and love with us. And we love you right back, as you saw today. Power to the people.
Hey guys, how is everybody? Scream if you're doing okay, please. Good. Thank you guys for being here. I just wanted to check on you all. Tell you that we have water up here if you need it. I think there's still snacks. There's snacks as well. So please, if you're dehydrated, if you're feeling weak, anything, please come get some water. We have a few more people that are going to talk. Thank you for being patient. Oh no, there's also pizza. Hey! A few more people to talk. Thank you guys for listening attentively, for being here, for sitting on the ground, for being awesome. Thank you guys.
Terry Harrison with you. We're standing in West Hollywood, literally on the intersection of Sunset and Laurel Canyon. An important intersection because it is where West Hollywood meets Los Angeles, which means the laws change in a 1-inch radius. You're taking a look at all these peaceful people sitting quietly, all on the same page. Extraordinary that they haven't actually all talked to each other, but they all know what each other is going through, what they're thinking, and what a better world will look like. And they're here to celebrate that concept. This is a pop-up speaker here. I'm going to take a listen.
A lot of the major companies that you all love, Victoria's Secret, Ford, all of these major companies profit from the prison system. I just want to remind you that slavery happens today. Take a minute to think about that. And what are you going to do about that? I just want to challenge you all to educate yourselves on criminal justice reform so that we can change the prison system for the people who cannot ever have their voices heard like we can today. We are all here free, doing our own free will, able to go outside when we want to, able to go to the store when the majority of the reason is because they are too poor to post bail. They don't have the money. That is the only reason why a lot of prisoners are still incarcerated. I just want to tell you guys, sorry, that was a lot to get off my chest.
Look at that. Free food, free water, free beef jerky, free protein bars, a lot of hand sanitizer.
So that we can give our voices and represent all the people whose voices will never be heard, who are locked behind bars and have been there for years, for decades. That's all I want to challenge you guys to do. Just educate yourselves on criminal justice.
All right, you guys, our next guest speaker is going to be Carly. But before we bring her on, I just remember something. I hit my weed pen and I was like, shit, I just thought of something. Stop asking lighter brown people if they're fucking, what's their race on those dating apps. If you do that, you're fucking racist, okay? And the next speaker is going to be Carly, but think about that before you do that.
Hey, everybody. So, I know some of you guys are leaving, but there is just a song that's been on my heart all week. And if you know the verse of this, please join along and sing with me. I'm really nervous right now. So. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of hope that presence brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on. Let us march on.
let us march on until victory is won. And if you don't know what that song is, that is the Negro National Anthem. Please look it up. Learn the words. It's 3 verses. That was just the first verse. Please, thank you guys for coming out and supporting us. Black Lives Matter. I'm a teacher, and it starts in the classroom. It starts at home, right? So as an educator, a black educator, I know that it is my duty to educate my students. And my student demographic is predominantly Korean and Latino, and I have a sprinkle of black kids in my class. So I know that it is my duty to educate my kids. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting us. Black Lives Matter.
I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from North Philadelphia. And I've been protesting for a long time. In Philadelphia, they took down Frank Rizzo's statue. So I want to let y'all know, y'all have made me so very proud. And I'm hoarse right now because I've been going, long live! Long live! Long live! Long live! Long live! Long live!
Hey guys, can you hear me okay? I wasn't planning on speaking today. I just kind of looked around and there's so much love everywhere. These guys, I picked them up on the way here. But I just wanted to share my experience the last, I guess, 5 days. I came out originally, taking photos, just trying to capture beautiful moments. I traditionally focus on, cities, landscapes, and just trying to share with people how beautiful the world is. But truthfully, it's shown right now. This is so amazing. And over the last 4 days, I just wanted to share a few stories of people I've met in the crowds and, people coming together over this. Like this is fucking great. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So, was anyone downtown yesterday? That was great. So I've been in West Hollywood, Santa Monica, Venice. I literally saw, I passed a peaceful protest, people kneeling. The next block, I saw people looting a CVS. I've seen, yesterday downtown, I made eye contact, smiled with someone in the crowd, and I smiled at a black girl in the crowd, just walking through, and her friend came up to me and said, hey, my friend wanted to say hello, she's deaf. And I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. Hi, my name's Philip, nice to meet you. And she had explained that they just met yesterday. The girl was doing sign language, translating what someone was saying, and she went up and said hello to her. So they were walking together yesterday. That was awesome. I've seen 3 or 4 people multiple times at different events, which is great. The main thing about this, when we reach our lowest point in life, that's when we can reach the greatest amount of change. And coronavirus, the last 4 months, everyone kind of gets a chance to see what's going on, personal inventory, what is the purpose of us being around and being home and having all this time to actually focus on what's going on and see what's going on and know that the news is garbage and know that people actually have a voice with their phone and can record what's actually going on, and we can see there's so much injustice, which it's incredible that we're so advanced as a society. We can get to the moon, we can cure disease, but we're so stupid on a basic level that we're out here fighting for equality. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Everyone bleeds the same red blood. This is dumb. It holds us back as a society. Unless we're living with love, unless we're living with our purest intentions and going forward, we're not gonna ever grow together as a society. If we're out here going back and forth, there's a broken political system. Right side wants to come in and deconstruct everything the left side did the last 4 years. New president comes in. I don't know what the hell's going on. He spends the first year trying to figure it out, the second year trying to figure it out. By the time he's got to the third year, he still doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And you know what? He's about to get voted out because there's too much back and forth. We need actual leadership. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm saying a lot. I wanted to say just a couple things. It's really simple. There's power in unity. There is clarity and a unified message. So I think everyone here wants the same thing. We want social injustice to quit. We want racism to go away. We want systematic injustice to go away. And the best way to do it is to fight with a unified message. There's a bunch of different signs out here. Imagine if they all said one or two things. We would all be heard a lot better. There's organizations, there's protests going on all over town. What we're talking about doing is literally lining up Wilshire all the way to the beach. From downtown to the beach. You get the entire city. My friend's from Brazil. He showed me a picture of him. He's standing up in front of a crowd like this. And there's 1 million people gathered in Sao Paulo. You think we can get 1 million people in LA? How many people are here? Do you have 5 friends? Everyone here is standing up for social injustice, social inequality. Everyone loves black culture. Have you ever been to a party that didn't have black people? Raise your hand. Black people, you can't raise your hand. It's not fun. Imagine a world with only rock music, with only country music. Who wants to live in that world? Who wants to live in a world with curfew? No one wants to live in a world with curfew, right? That's what it's like when your freedoms are taken away from you. But guess what? Black people have not been able to enjoy the same freedoms that people that aren't black have been able to enjoy. And I don't want to live in a world that people can't go around happily worrying about themselves because they have to focus on things they shouldn't have to worry about. No one decided to be born who they are, which means everyone's born for a reason, right? And we can't even discover what that is if we're distracted all the time by the media, by people, by suppression. I mean, it's no secret, right? Like, if you put, I'm not a basketball player, but you put me against LeBron, LeBron's gonna beat me, right? Cool. Okay, if you're suppressed and you're consciously suppressed, how are you gonna reach your greatest potential? You can't. Unless you can listen to your heart and live with your heart and lead with your heart, then you can reach your greatest potential. If we can all work together, we can all get there. We all want the same goal. My challenge is whoever is organizing everything and whoever has the biggest voice, let's unify that voice. We're all out here. We're all smart people. We all probably have 5 friends in LA that we could get here. That means this crowd, I don't know, 2,000 people, that's 10,000 people really fast. They all have 5 friends. 50,000 people real fast. So, yeah, my challenge is talk to your friends, white people. If you said you lost, like, white friends or whatever over this, great, thank them for taking the trash out. Get that shit out of here. Everybody you have in your life is affecting you. Everything you're consuming on social media is affecting you. Everything you're putting out is also affecting you and affecting other people. So be mindful of that. If you see something, say something, whether that's the police not doing their job or someone being racist. Like, say something, step up. That's where it starts. It squashes it there. They won't say it to their next friend. And, we can really stop systematic racism and systematic injustice because that's what it is. It's systematic. We learned it. We can unlearn it. We can change ourselves. Change is beautiful. I think I said everything I want to say. You guys are beautiful. Bring flowers to protest. Spread that shit out. Spread the love. And thanks. Cheers.
Thank you to everybody who shared everything personal because that was amazing and I'm sure you guys out here felt that. Just to wrap up because we're trying to push into the next phase because we want you guys to get home safely and we want to show the media that together we can do it, right? So as I said, we're honoring black women and I met a wonderful, wonderful black woman waiting tables and she asked me actually, do I know what government cheese is? And we said, we're friends, yeah, of course. That that was her sister, but Sade was the other half of me, and I want to introduce you to her so she can close this out. Make some noise for Black women. Make some noise. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, thank you guys. Thank you all for coming and spending your Friday with us and celebrating Breonna Taylor's 27th birthday. This is exactly how EJ and I imagined it would happen, just people dancing in the street and having fun to honor her. She still needs justice. Her murderers are still out there. They have not been charged, and they're able to go home every day and celebrate their birthday while she is not. So let's let them pass a little bit. There they go. On their way to stop someone else's freedom. Gotta get there quick. So what you can do when you leave here, it doesn't stop just by coming here. You can't just go home and say, "Whew, I did my job for the day, I'm done." That's just not how this works. Breonna Taylor, first of all, has a GoFundMe, and someone pointed out really pointedly to me yesterday that George was able to raise $10 million to his fund. That's amazing. And Ahmad somewhere in the same 8 or 9 range. And then last time she checked, she said Breonna is only at like 500,000 or 700,000 because we keep forgetting Black women. So I want you to go home, and if you have it, open your purse, donate to her GoFundMe, but also sign the petition to get her murderers arrested because she still needs justice. Thank you so much. I never anticipated anyone to even show up and to care, but you're here. We're going to wrap this up. Is Erin still here? Is Erin still here? Is she gone?
Aaron's in the back talking.
Oh, is Ash still here?
Ash is gone.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to wrap this up shortly. I just ask you on your way out, all this trash that you see, there's trash bags over here. Let's pick it up because this is still a community and we still want to show we care. So just pick it up. Thank you. We have so much water, you guys. If you want to take a case of water with you, please take them. And maybe if you're driving around tomorrow, give them to another protest that needs it. But we have so much water, so please take it. Erin's still here. So to close up, I love Erin. I only met her 2 days ago, but she's such a light. To close up, I want her to leave us with an affirmation, something we can take with us to kind of close out this day. This day has been so peaceful, and that was our main goal, and everyone to get here safe and to leave here safe, to go home, because it's a privilege not everyone gets to have. So I would love if Erin could close us out, and I want to thank you all again from the bottom of my heart for being here.
So, before I give an affirmation, or before we all just say a collective affirmation together, I want everyone to do me a huge favor. It's probably my favorite thing to do. I want all of us to take 3 big ass breaths. We just listened to a lot of stories. We just took on a lot of energy. There was a lot happening. It was beautiful. It was amazing, right? Did you guys enjoy it? Thank you. Please clap for everyone that shared. Everyone. Thank you. All right. Y'all ready to breathe? Cool. So let's inhale. And on your exhale, I want you to make as much noise as you can and release all of that shit out. Ready? One more. Last one. Feels good, right? Feels really good. Okay, so my first, adding to homework of the week, breathe, y'all. You have the opportunity to breathe every single morning without even thinking about it. And our brothers and our sisters aren't breathing anymore. So breathe, please breathe deep and let it out with a big ass sigh. So, affirmation. I'm gonna give y'all the affirmation that I'm holding for this month. It's just super, super simple. My affirmation is I am that I do is intentional. I want all of us to move through the rest of this week, tomorrow, the months ahead, the rest of the year intentionally. You know, and if you don't know, then sit down and know, and then make your move. So let everybody be intentional with your words. Let's be intentional with our thoughts, most importantly. Let's be intentional about how we treat each other. Let's be intentional about love. Let's be intentional about love, y'all. Thank you. Keep breathing.
One last thing, really quick. Let's get educated and let's educate. That's it.
Hey guys, hey wait, can we like for 2 more minutes? I just have to say something. I'm so sorry, but I've been sitting back there having this in my mind, hoping that somebody was gonna bring it up, and they didn't. So I could not allow myself to go home without speaking out. I only have a couple of things to say. First of all, this is my first protest that I've been to, and I think a lot of you here know that when you say you're going to a protest and things, you got the same kind of remarks I got from my family. What's the point? You know, it's just a protest. They're going to protest for a week and then it's just going to happen again. It's just going to sizzle out. Why are you even going? And I was like, you know what? Fuck that, I'm going. That's more reason why I'm going, you know what I mean? My brother, I heard it from my own family not to go. And so I showed up, and I found out that the news is lying. You know, I've never been to something more peaceful and loving in my life. And I am so glad that I'm literally a part of history right now. And people in my family have to sit there and know that they're not doing shit. We got people in Australia, we got people in New Zealand, different countries, different soil literally standing up for this. And some of your friends aren't even willing to do it. And you guys are here. So when we're reading our history books, we literally get to be like, yeah, I was there. You might even see your own picture in there. So shout out to all you guys for doing that. Honestly, this is great that I'm even standing here. Like, I'm probably going to stutter a lot just because I've been sitting back there telling myself to shut up, like, don't do it, but I'm doing it. So one thing that I want to point out, my dad always told me, I'm mixed, by the way. You guys might think that I'm not. I'm black, okay? So, and I'm proud. And you guys being here has made me even more proud to be black. Like, it's crazy. Growing up, I used to think like, okay, I'm glad, you know, in this country, like I'm black, but I'm not that black, so I won't be discriminated against and stuff like that. Fuck no, I want people to know I'm black. Like, I really do. Like, I'm so proud of it. My dad always told me only black people are the ones, black women and black men are the only people in the world who are capable of walking into a room and changing the entire atmosphere, the entire environment. You know, you walk into a room and all eyes are on you. And then he always told me it's up to you to decide what energy you're going to give off. So that's why, you know, all eyes are on us when we walk down the street. So it's like, keep your chin up, you know? They might be intimidated, they might be scared, but it's powerful. You're powerful. Like, all black people need to realize that when you guys come together, they're scared. The government is shaking. Like, they do not want this. They do not want you guys to come together. They don't want you guys to understand your power and your knowledge. That's why they try to brainwash you and break you down, so you don't realize they want you to be against each other, because that's when they're in control. But shit, they're scared now. They're scared now. But this is the one thing that I was hoping somebody was going to point out. Mom, can I borrow them real quick? The kids. Can you guys come forward, please? Yeah. The kids, please. All the kids in the crowd, the parents, can I please borrow your kids for just a second? Can you guys come forward? Parents, if your kids are here, please bring them forward. I know there's got to be more kids in the crowd. I've seen them all over today. Kids of color, that's okay. Come on. Come on. Parents, if you got kids in the crowd, bring them forward. Fourth floor. No? Okay. Where you at? You guys. So, we're changing the future. All of us, right now, we're changing the future. But this is the future. This is who we're changing the future for. This is who we're changing the future for. So when you guys see on TV and video games and everything that they're telling you that the way you're supposed to be, the way that your community is, it's all a lie. Because this is what you're supposed to do. This is what your community is. You know why they tell you can't be a princess, you can't be Cinderella? No, because you're a queen. What you're supposed to be doing, but I promise you, Mom, he can be whatever the heck he wants to do when he grows up. I don't care if he wants to be a gymnast. You want to do gymnastics? Do it. You want to do ballet? Do it. Break the barriers, okay? Whatever you want to be it. And Mom, it's up to you to support them through it. It's going to make you uncomfortable, but you have to support it 110% because if you don't believe it, they're not going to believe it. So if you guys want to do it, all right, man? You guys are kings and queens, and you're the future, all right? I'm just proud of you guys. Thank you for being here, because you're really doing all this stuff. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Hey, remember that time that I said bye? Well, I'm still here. So, a few more things. Each and every one of you to get home safely, please. Take your time, drive slow, do what you gotta do, but get home safely. Second thing, if y'all are into meditation, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., just go outside, pop on your lawn, pop on your roof, wherever you can, find a plot of grass, and just meditate with the world for at least 5 minutes. Even if you can do a minute, but a lot of us all around the world, we started a movement, and tomorrow is a big day for a lot of reasons I won't get into. But if you can just intentionally do what I said and take that affirmation and make it real tomorrow, that would be amazing. I am done talking. I love you guys. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Mercedes. Y'all probably see my crazy ass jumping all across the streets and shit and dancing and everything. Like everybody else, I've enjoyed my time with y'all. Just coming from a nursing perspective, I just want to let you guys know that it's been a lot of news saying that, we have 24,000 corona cases and we have this and it's rising. And I want you to know that the government uses fear as the #1 tactic for us to divide and disintegrate us and to slow down the movement. But I'm telling you from on the ground, I've worked COVID pandemic the entire fucking time, and I would tell you that I've seen not one more case, and I've seen the whole entire time. The cases have been dropping. I'm all over the country. I'm a travel nurse. So don't let the fear instill in your hearts and think that you cannot get out here and you cannot stand with brothers and sisters and you can protest with us and you can stand with us and everyone else that fears, give them a fucking massive time to get their asses out here. Number one. Number two, I just want to make a point as a human. I come from Philly. I come from Philly, Camden, Jersey, and I come from a place where there weren't any white kids. There were 2 white kids in my school, and they were black as far as I was fucking concerned because they act black enough, and it was good for me. And then I moved to Virginia, and then I had an experience for the first time. I was in a half and half school, and I never really knew exactly what it meant to be integrated. And so I had this idea that everybody talk, hey dude, totally rad, and I had a very awakening moment. And I still have a lot of black friends that don't have the friendship and the camaraderie of minorities, other minorities, and mostly other majorities. So I just want to say that if you know anybody that is a minority and you are a majority, or if you're a minority and you see a majority, speak out and get to know them, because they stand with us too. It's very obvious that we all stand together. And so just reach out and get to know one another, because the problem with really America is that we're not taking the time out to get to know other races and other cultures, and it's the ignorance that creates the hate and that creates the fear. And the only way we're going to solve that is through education, exposure, and love. So peace and love, my brothers. Thank you all. Thank you all.
A registration for vote. I don't know if it's still up, but get out there and vote! Vote! I love y'all! Mental health is real. Goodbye, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I want to grab a word with you. That was inspiring. You know, it's fun to leap off the high dive the first time and find out the water's warm.
First time. Okay. All right,
You
let's
want to hold the mic?
Oh no, you hold it. I've never.
No, you hold it.
All right.
You'll feel better.
Okay.
So here you are, having jumped out, broken your egg, come out as a chickadee, and you find out this is awesome.
It is.
There are other humans here, just like you.
It is. I'm still shaking, honestly, just from being here. The fact that I'm here, the fact that I'm holding a sign, and then the fact that I spoke out. It's surprising myself. It's making myself uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm growing as a person from it. I'm so proud to say that I'm a part of history, to say that I'm a part of this movement, because this isn't just another protest. This isn't just another, this is seriously the beginning of new times. Like, this is the start of it all. I'm just excited to see it through.
Let me ask you a question. So, we have a government that is, shall we say, indisposed to seeing the success of these wonderful unitings of all the mammals that we call human beings. And when you step out like this and say who you are, who you really are, you have empowered 10,000 other people to do the same thing. I'd like to think there's going to be real change. Do you sense that there'll be real change?
Absolutely. I think even after the marches, even after the protests, everyone's going to continue to march and protest. It starts, just the next opportunity that you get to educate somebody when they make a simple remark or an ignorant comment. That's your opportunity to protest right there. That's your opportunity to show your character and show where you stand. And it's going to make you uncomfortable. Your heart's going to start beating. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to check somebody when they say a remark that they shouldn't say, that's another form of protest right there. And this is where it's gonna continue after this, behind closed doors, with your families, things like that. So it's gonna continue.
Thank you for carrying the banner for those who are still sitting at home watching this right now, going, well, that's cool, but if you could do it, they can too.
Exactly.
Tell them they can actually do this, right?
Exactly. Last week I literally had no idea that I would even come, let alone the next day. I'm like, okay, I went, but now I want to hold a sign. Okay, now I want to make a sign. Now here I am a week later, a whole week of this, and now I'm speaking in front of people. And just get out there. Just start. Literally just start. You can feel as nervous or uneducated or as uncomfortable as you want, but get yourself educated. Start talking to people. Start loving on people, and just get out there and do something. And I promise you, everything else will come with it.
What a great way to end this moment. I thank you. What's your name?
Tate.
What is it?
Tate.
Tate.
Yes, sir.
Nice. I'm Carrie Harrison.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Sign here.
We're just getting started. It's not over. We're just getting started.
Start with cardboard. You could work your way up to canvas.
Yes, sir.
All right, my friend.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Well, this has been good, clean fun. Incredibly loving and peaceful, and a good vibe. Really, complete antithesis of the conventional story. Look at this. Free CBD oil, because it's legal here, of course. Do you mind if I grab a CBD? So tell me what this is, because I know a lot of businesses are out here, because believe it or not, there's humans that work in the businesses.
This is true. So essentially, I just want everyone to feel a little bit better, because we're going through a lot of hardships right now, and we need to stay focused. There's a lot of work to be done, and CBD is a great way to focus the mind in order for us to move forward.
Are there people watching are going, CBD, is that a pizzeria?
No. CBD is the non-psychoactive form of cannabis or in hemp. It is used to for anxiety, for pain relief. Our body naturally makes CBD, and so this is a way to kind of lubricate the system. Now, I've designed my CBD for mental clarity and anti-anxiety, which is kind of a good time for right now.
Yeah, I'd say, or pretty much any time. Wow, well, this is great. What's your store called?
It's called Mondo. Just Mondo, M-O-N-D-O. You can find me on mondomeds.com. And so we have the Mondo, our THC version, and we also have our CBD version. And so I want to give our CBD out to as many people as possible, those that are fighting on the front lines of either the COVID pandemic or the Black Lives Movement. So here we are.
I do a daily radio feature called Corona Alert on 300 stations around the country. And, you know, there are probably listeners who would love. Now, can you ship this to another state?
Absolutely. So our CBD version has 0 THC in it. So for anyone who feels nervous about it or across state lines, it's totally okay. So.
And what about people in recovery?
People in recovery, it works just as well, because I actually quit cigarettes because of my CBD. I was able to eat enough of it that I was able to quell those kinds of I guess flare-ups of addiction, and so it's wonderful for it. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, what a great way to end this interview here. And I'm going to log off because my phone is blowing up with phone calls. But thank you, everybody, for joining me as we're on the famous intersection of Laurel and Sunset. Going to grab a little jar of CBD oil